A black mamba bite kills a full-grown human in under 20 minutes. The honey badger took the bite, collapsed in the grass, lay still, and then stood back up. What it did next is the part that matters. Across the vast grasslands of East Africa, a solitary honey badger begins another day in one of the world's most unforgiving landscapes. No territory is guaranteed here. No meal is certain. Every morning begins with the same requirement: find food before nightfall. And every morning the savanna finds new ways to make that requirement as difficult as possible. The honey badger moves across the dusty earth with its nose close to the ground, reading the surface the way experienced hunters read terrain, not for what is visible, but for what the air is quietly reporting. Today's trail will lead somewhere it is not expecting. The black mamba is not an animal that tolerates being found. It is fast, the fastest snake on the continent, and its venom is among the most potent delivered by any land animal. A single bite injects enough neurotoxin to shut down a human nervous system within minutes. Against most animals its size, the encounter ends before it properly begins. The honey badger studies its opponent from a short distance, reading the rhythm of its movements, looking for the window that opens between one action and the next. This is not recklessness. It is the same patient, calculating approach it applies to every dangerous target. The same method that has worked against cobras, vipers, and scorpions across a lifetime of encounters that should statistically have ended it by now. It moves in. The mamba strikes. The bite lands. The honey badger lands its own strikes fast, targeted, driving toward the snake's head with the controlled aggression of an animal that has done this before. But the venom is already moving. It works quickly, as mamba venom always does. The honey badger's movements slow. Its legs begin to fail beneath it. It collapses into the grass. For a long, still moment, it does not move. Here is the thing about the honey badger and venom. It is not immune. That word suggests a clean, complete resistance that simply does not exist. What the honey badger carries is something more complicated, a partial resistance built into its physiology at the cellular level, specifically in the proteins that snake neurotoxins target. The venom still enters. It still works. It simply cannot work as fast or as completely as it would in any other animal of comparable size. The honey badger lies still in the grass while the venom does what it can do. Then, gradually, the cellular resistance does what it does. It stirs, lifts its head, gets its legs under it, and stands. The mamba is gone. The honey badger shakes itself off and continues into the morning, as though the last few minutes were simply a delay rather than a near-death experience. Because in the framework of its life on this savanna, they were. Hunger has not paused for the recovery. It never does. The honey badger picks up a scent and follows it to a scorpion moving through the dry grass, a smaller meal than what the morning promised. But protein is protein, and the day has already cost more energy than expected. It takes the scorpion without ceremony. The sting, like the mamba venom before it, is something its body handles rather than fears. It catches the scent of another nearby, follows it to a patch of earth where something is buried below the surface. It begins to dig. The claws move fast through the compacted soil, throwing dust behind in steady arcs. Digging is one of the honey badger's most reliable skills. Its forelimbs are built for sustained excavation through sand, hard clay, and rocky ground. But the hole it opens leads somewhere unexpected. What emerges from the disturbed earth is not what it was tracking. The honey badger backs out, reassesses, and moves on. On this savanna, knowing when a situation has turned against you is as important as any physical capability. It has already absorbed a mamba bite today. There are smarter hills to die on. This is Fauna, real stories from the wild, told the way they deserve to be. Subscribe now and join every week. By afternoon, hunger has become something that cannot be negotiated with any further. The honey badger catches a scent on the air that cuts through everything else: fresh meat, close, already killed. It follows the signal across the open grassland toward a lion pride finishing their hunt. Several lions are already feeding. Others rest nearby, watching the surrounding grass with the relaxed attention of apex predators who do not expect interruption. The honey badger walks directly toward them. This is the behavior that has built the honey badger's reputation beyond what its size should logically support. Not power, not speed. The simple, visible refusal to behave as though it is the smaller animal in any situation. It approaches a feeding lion pride with the same forward momentum it brought to the Mamba this morning. The lions notice it. They do not immediately charge. There is something in the honey badger's movement, low, direct, utterly without hesitation, that gives even apex predators a moment of recalculation. The pride surrounds it, tightening the circle. The honey badger holds its ground and faces each direction in turn, reading the gaps, refusing to present the stillness that would signal an animal ready to be taken. The standoff holds its tension. Then, as the circle tightens further, the honey badger finds the gap that the pride's positioning has left and drives through it, not fleeing, pressing forward, taking what it can carry from the kill and breaking into open ground before the lions have committed to a charge that would cost them more than the interaction is worth. It does not look back. As the light drops toward the horizon, the honey badger moves back through the dry grass toward wherever it will rest tonight. The day's accounting is significant: a mamba bite absorbed and recovered from, a scorpion taken, a lion kill rated, several confrontations navigated without fatal error. None of that is exceptional by its standards. This is simply what a full day requires out here. The savanna does not offer rest to anything that stops moving. It does not reward strength alone, or speed alone, or venom resistance alone. What it rewards, the quality that runs through every encounter this animal survives, is the refusal to accept that any situation is fully decided against it. The honey badger was knocked down by a mamba this morning. It got back up. It will be knocked down again tomorrow, in some form, by something. It will get back up then too. Out here, that is not stubbornness. That is the entire strategy. Leave a comment with the animal you want Fauna to cover next. We read every single one. Subscribe if you haven't yet.